G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 26 of a Hardcore Death Knight achievement run, where unfortunately I've lost about maybe 5 or 6 minutes worth of footage. So you miss out on me coming through the portal into the Conclave of the Three, talking to the emissary, doing this trial, talking to the emissary again, and choosing to side with Sila, Matron of the Rifts. We are doing Bismail this time. Back in normal difficulty, we did the Cult of Sila, so they are considerably in front of the other two cults. So basically just pick the other one that you want to do. I'm going to do Drig on Elite because it takes a little bit longer. So we're doing Bismail on Ultimate. Now, like I said, I've already talked to the people in town, and unfortunately you'll just have to trust me that I didn't die while I was talking to them. But you can also see that I got to about here. I actually think I was further along when the crash happened, so I probably had a little bit of rollback there. But that's alright, we'll get through this. So yes, today we are doing Forgotten Gods. And I've picked Bismail rather than Drig because Bismail's quest is considerably faster than Drig's. When you are working on the Bismail quest, the only one we actually are going to do before the Conclave of the Three is the quest to get 3 Blood of the Watchers, which you don't have to go into any of the dungeons for, and then I believe we're just done for the first section. So with that in mind, I am going to just go for a bit of a run, and I'm probably going to shut up here and just speed it up until we get to the part where we actually do something. So yep, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to speed this up, and I will see you when we get to the docks. So, see you there. Okay, and welcome back to the game. Now, I've made it to the Corvin Docks, Rift Gate just there, and now we're going to go into the docks area, and our objective here is to find the Watchers that have the blood, and they're usually kind of up the back towards the sort of the middle right side of the area. But I'm also going to kill off as many of these guys with stars above their heads as I can, because they are made of reputation, and so they have to die. I can see a star on the map there, which tells me that there is a Watcher over there, and that's pretty much where I expected to find the first one. That's him there. So we'll head down there and go and pay him a beating. So, infused animated Watcher. These are the ones you want. You can tell because they're stars on the map, and they will drop you the quest item as well. And you should have no trouble at all finding 3 of them in this area. Usually I will have to go into that top area. Actually, there's usually one just above the main stairs into here. Yep, here he is. So there's usually one here. I'm not sure if these have set spawn points, but it does seem like they're usually in the same kind of areas. Let's actually test that. So, if they have set spawn areas, then there should be one over here just before we leave this little area and get to the Rift Gate. But regardless of this, they are relatively easy to find, and so you shouldn't have much trouble. There's one now, so that'll do. Unfortunately, he's up the top and I'm not, so we'll have to go around. But, you know, Blitz is pretty cool, so we can just do that. Alright, that's my 3 bloods. 3 out of 3, we are all done. And now that leaves us with one little instance we have to do back in town. So we'll head over there now. I can't remember the name of the doggo we're going to be sent in to kill, but we'll go kill that and then we're up to the Vanguard of the 3. So we're just going to run across town here and talk to by Sila, I think it is. Or it might have been her lackey actually. Elaine, perhaps. I forget his name. It is Elaine. How about that? See, I can remember names sometimes. Okay, I will track down the creature, and that opens up this portal. So we'll go in there, and in here, the only thing we really care about is the big dog at the end. So we'll go in here and we'll convince him that actually the big dog at the end, well, that's us. We are the big dog at the end. There's a few different ways you can go to kind of get around. There's some stuff like lore notes and things in here as well, but I'm going to leave those as an exercise for the viewer, as it were, and I'm going to skip a lot of that stuff. Like I said, I am running out of time before 1.2 launches, and I do want to get the majority of this done before that happens, but Arcane, he's going to die. But I don't think it's going to be an issue. But it does mean I have to get this done, and also the Shattered Realm up to 25 done in 2 episodes. So it's going to be a little bit rushed, but we will make do. I also just realized I'm probably going to have to add another episode, sort of adapting the build to 1.2. But having said that, I think the build is actually going to stay exactly the same and just get a little bit stronger because of the buffs. Let's not stand in those for the moment. Because of the buffs that are coming in 1.2, I think we should just basically be getting stronger. But I haven't gone over the patch notes in depth yet, so we will see. So down here, Basila, Matron of Rifts, is going to use a rift to bugger off. So she's run up here to the Vanguard of the 3, and our next quest should be, yep, speak to Basila at the Vanguard of the 3. So we just have to get to there, and that is unfortunately going to involve a lot of running. So I am once more going to speed this up, because it's basically just going to be me running past a whole bunch of stuff. And I will see you when we get to the Vanguard of the 3. Okay, and welcome to the Vanguard of the 3. Now, it actually hasn't been that long, so I am going to pick up a couple of extra quests for the second half of this area. So we're going to pick up the quest here to kill the guy in the mountain. I think that's it. No, one more. This is going to be... Okay, this is the guy you have to knock the pillars down for. Okay. So, we have a few turn-ins to do back in Malmuth, and I'm going to ignore those for now. Also going to ignore the Runestone of Mokdrogan. So, we basically just have to get to the temple, kill the 3 guys on the second floor, and then move on with the second half of Forgotten Gods. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check if the Exalted Stash is down here, though. There is an Exalted Stash in this area, and I think it's over here. Yep, there it is. I'm actually not sure if this has another spawning point. I've never checked this one, and it's never not been there when I've been looking for it, so I'm unsure if it has another spawn point. You can find all the spawn points for those kinds of things on grimtools.com. They have a lovely map that will show you where all of the spawn points for pretty much everything are. Okay, into the Ruins of Abid, or the Temple of Atef rather. And we want to head across here and to the right, so sort of north, I guess that would be northeast. And again, you can kill all this stuff or not. All of this is worth reputation for the 3 witch gods, so it's probably worth killing it. But in the interest of time, and considering we are already level 100 and all of our devotions are, I believe, max level, I'm going to skip a lot of this. I will, however, be killing anything with a star above its head because they are worth a decent chunk. We don't currently have the writ for these guys, but that's fine. We will get, I think, to fairly close to honored with all of them, I think, throughout this. Okay, so you can see the stars on the map here. This is the Risen Stone Temple Guardian. This is in Ashcore, the Temple Guardian, and there'll be another one of these Risen Stone guys kind of just here on the other side. The way you can do this, the easy way, is you can kind of walk down here, get this guy's attention, just bring him up on his own, and then you blow him up on his own. Now, by himself, he's going to be pretty easy to kill. If you had to fight 2 of him, plus the bird, maybe it would be a little more difficult. And we're not about being difficult here. We are all about the doing it the easy / safe way. So let's bring him up here, and he can die right on top of his buddy. And then we'll go take care of the bird. Okay, and down he goes. And that just leaves us with Inashkor here, who should die relatively easily as well. What is that? Eldritch Mark. Yeah, crippling cast and attack speed. It absolutely is. Okay, that's a lot of goop on the floor, so we'll get out of that. Meteors are not my friend, so we'll also not stand in that. But he should go down here, yep. Okay, Eldritch Essence is definitely something you want to find as much as you can. These are used for re-rolling set pieces. The Eldritch Essence here is for re-rolling within a set, so you can't do it with Krieg's set, but for a set that doesn't have a guaranteed location to find it, so you can't do it with the Celestial Realm set, you can't do it with the Dark One set, you can't do it with the Vanquisher's set, you can't do it with Morganeth's set, you can't do it with Alchemos's rings or anything like that. But say you happen to find, do I have a set item on me? I don't think so. Let's say you found the Warborn helmet, and you really, really wanted the chest piece for some reason. You could use these to reroll into the chest, or any other piece of that set. And you could also use the Celestial Lotus to do the same thing, but instead of giving you the same set, it will give you a different set. Where is my demon? Here he is. So this one's on our side. Actually can't attack it, unfortunately. And he will be useful later on. Let's head out the entrance and grab the Rift Gate before we go back to town. And actually I am going to take the time to clear the quest from the Steelcap District, which is going to be, I think, Creed.
Can't afford to
Yep, and he gives us a Tainted Ruby of Gardal, which is not something I'm going to be using. And I'm not going to be picking up any additional quests there. Speak to Scorv, we'll leave that one as well. It's a bit of a run to get there. Speak to Calderis, we'll leave that. Okay, so we're going to head back to the Vanguard and talk to Sila. And she will basically give us the item needed to open the door to Korvac. So here's Sila.
What a wonderful... the witch gods are united.
And I'm ready to lead the assault. So she gave us... what did she actually give us? That's the quest item, but I think she maybe gave us some... it was another Eldritch Essence. There we go. So she gave us an Eldritch Essence for completing the quest to kill the bird and his 2 friends. And this is the quest item needed to open the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun. Alright, let's just vendor all these purples. I don't think I want any of those. That is a lot of health on those boots. And that was actually something I was thinking about as well. I'm not going to do it, but I will mention it. The 5-piece bonus for Krieg's set is the attack we're not using, and a little bit of Aether damage, which we're also not really scaling. So, if you wanted to, you could, for example... Where's the bank? There's no bank here, of course not. You could go to the bank, and let's pretend you happen to have a really nice pair of boots that had dropped, and you really wanted to use those nice boots that have dropped. You could quite happily swap these in, and you would only be losing the attack skill that we're not using, and a little bit of Aether damage that we're not scaling. The 5-piece bonus for Krieg's set is not very good, so more than happy to, for example, swap that in. Now, what does that do to our resistances? Well, it doesn't appear to have made much of a difference. We're still 30% over cap on pretty much everything, except for Chaos. So we could just chuck a Mankind's Vigil on these boots, maybe take the dense fur. No, we don't even need the dense fur. Make another dense fur. Throw a Mankind's Vigil on there, and you'd be good to go. And these boots are better because that Shattering Force proc is half physical, and it's not something you have to stop and cast. This is when hit, so it just triggers. We wouldn't be losing any physical resistance. We'd be gaining offensive ability and move speed. We would lose a little bit of health and 2 levels and Mark of Torment, but yeah, these boots would be better. For the purposes of this though, I'm not going to use them because I can't really guarantee that you have them. I'm going to pretty much kill the last boss just with what we can kind of semi-guarantee. The other thing is, while I was walking through the desert, I did pick up the tome, so I will talk to Kargan here, and he will take it off our hands, and we can now use the inventor to transmute things. If we had some set items to transmute, which I currently don't think I do. Right, so that's done. Let's head on out. Now, we're going back to the Ruins of Abid, and we're going to do the 2 side quests here. We're going to destroy the conduits, and we're going to destroy the messenger. However, there is going to be a lot of running between where we are and when we get there. So once again, I'm going to speed this up, and I will see you when we get to the preemptive strike location. Okay, welcome back to the game. We are now in the Valley of the Chosen, and this here is going to be the Tomb of Ariath. So, this is where we are going to head in. We're going to clear up the conduits here, so you can't really see them, but there's 3 conduits around a central platform. Clear out the central platform, then we'll go clear out the 3 conduit platforms and kill the actual conduits. That will spawn a boss right here in the middle, who we are going to kill. So, conduit dead. Actually, I'm going to take the time to kill off his friends. And I definitely love having this curse on me. That casting speed debuff is very, very painful. Doesn't really change anything, like we're still going to be ridiculously tanky and have no problems at all, but it does make it a little more frustrating. Okay, so now we just have one more little platform to clear out, and we will have a nice boss here to fight. So, there's the pole dead, and now we have the Dusk Reaper just here. Does a lot of poison damage, which, I mean, all of our resistances are maxed, but I'm just going to wait for that curse to fall off. Here we go. So, charge him, and we can just yell at his friends, pretty much. Stand in the poison with Mark of Torment active, and then get out of the poison. Yell at his friends. Let's just kill this crystal as well. I'm not exactly sure what it's doing, but my health bar is moving, which, well, it bothers me. It's not supposed to happen. Okay, and that's the end of him. So that's one quest down. And now we will head out. Now, this is a dangerous domain as well, so I guess having 15% physical resistance for the monsters is also kind of annoying, since we do majority physical damage. Pretty much entirely physical damage, really. A decent amount of internal trauma, and some aether. Okay, so next quest is going to be to destroy the messenger. So I'm going to, again, speed this up a bit until we get close, and I will see you there. Alrighty, welcome back to the world of normal speed. We are fairly close to the mountain where we will fight Okoloth. We can probably stop attacking those guys. So just here, this is the rift for, what is that one? It's the Gorman City rift. So just kind of up and around from there, we find this little pathway. And this will take us to fight Okoloth the Messenger. And he's going to do, from memory, a ton of fire damage. Now, again, our resistances are fine, so I'm not expecting any issues here. Do note that the lava on the floor is basically the same as Aether Fire damage. It hurts, don't stand in it. So this stuff here, don't stand in that little bit of the floor. We can, however, put a bit of a hurting on Okoloth here. And once his first form dies, here's his actual form. Now, for this, he is a decently large and decently dangerous boss. You do want to keep Warcry active as much as you can. Don't stand in the fire, and if it looks hectic, put Micro Torment up. So I've got Micro Torment active now for the meteors, and down he goes. There we go, Celestial Lotus. Okay, so this one is one of the ones I was talking about earlier in the episode. This will allow me to reroll a set. Pauldrons of Octavius is an item I am going to hang on to because that is a soldier set. This could be very useful later. But let's say I didn't want the Pauldrons of Octavius. Let's say I wanted, I don't know, Gull's Shoulders or something. I can use this Celestial Lotus to reroll this into any other set or any other level 94 purple set that I like. Well, it's random, so I don't get to pick, but you can definitely reroll that sort of stuff. You could see there my health dropped decently far, and that was due to the lava. Also, monsters impervious to magical, more susceptible to physical harm, so we're actually doing more damage to him, and he was attacking slower. I don't think it would have made a huge difference what those were, but try and make a habit of checking them. Unlike me. Okay, and now seems like a good point to also speed it up again, so I will see you when we get to Ouroboros. Alrighty, welcome to the Path of Ascension, and we are heading up this way. We're going to be talking to Dravis here, son of Ouroboros, and that is Ouroboros himself on the floor. Now, we're going to be fighting this guy, and basically we're just going to kill him. He will summon, as you can see, friends to help him, but in general we can pretty much just kill him, I think. We kill him before his friends become an issue. Yep. Interesting that the larger ones die, but the little skeletons don't. Okay, so this was Dela's brother, who we found these guys in the Chaos section back in Ashes of Melmoth. Ouroboros here is going to open the door for me, so +1 skill point, very nice. Thank you for your sacrifice. Open the door, and then we can fight the This guy. Open door. Open door. There he is. So this is the steward. He's basically the door boss. And we can just kill him? Question mark? Why am I not getting healed? Alright, here we go. I think you are mistaken, friend. I am going to use my torment here. He can't hurt. Well, can't hurt us. I can hurt him. Alright, there he goes. You must not enter, he says, as we enter. Okay, so once again, this little section here, there's not going to be a whole amount, or a whole lot of stuff going on here, so I'm going to speed this bit up, just in the interest of time, and I will see you when I get to Father Kaiman. Alrighty, and welcome to the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun, and this is going to be Father Kaiman. Now, Father Kaiman is going to shred a lot of fire resistance, and he's mostly fire and physical, so the one thing I will say is you do not want to run away from this guy. You want to stay in his face. If you try to run, he will leap slam onto you, and that really hurts. So, the basic plan of attack is
I am sorry, my chosen.
just stand in his face and kill him. And make sure you keep Warcry active. You really have to make sure of that. You can move around him, but so you can move over here to get out of the lava, for example, but you really don't want to give him enough time to kind of jump on you. And even then, he is a decently difficult fight. Right, so he's down. And now, this is the last rift, the Eldritch Gate rift. This is the last rift before Korvac. And on that note, I'm going to end the episode here, because the next episode is going to be Shattered Realm 1 through 25 for the Immortal Shattered Vanquisher achievement. And I actually want to finish with Korvac, so I'm going to do it that way. So I will see you all in the next episode, and bye for now.